through the second half by substitute Carl Leaburn. He'd only been on 2 minutes. The Villa defence making the simple things look exceedingly difficult.
Through with a second chance. And it's Leaburn! At long last.
Walsh's cross. And it's headed in by Leaburn. I don't think anybody on the ground could honestly say that Charlton don't thoroughly deserve that equaliser.
One of the highlights of any...
Under pressure from Scott, back to Grit. Grit wants Robert Lee down the line. Swinging the cross in instead, looking for Nelson. Nelson held down, but Walsh has got time now on the far side. Walsh with the cross. Leaburn with the header. Yes, it's there, Carl Leaburn! Carl Leaburn scores for Charlton and milks the applause. And that's a super goal for Leaburn. Leaburn wins the header. Falls for Eckhart, but now there's a chance for Charlton as Walsh puts Nelson in on the far side. Nelson with a chance for Charlton. Nelson for Charlton. Leaburn surely. Leaburn scores for Charlton. 1-0. Carl Leaburn scores again. And Carl Leaburn celebrates his second goal in 2 games. In support. He opts for the cross. It's a deep cross to the far post. Leaburn! It's there! Carl Leaburn scores for Charlton. 2-0 for Charlton. Right. If he can get it under control, there's a chance for the cross. The cross comes in. There's Leaburn! It's there! Carl Leaburn scores again for Charlton. And Charlton lead 1-0 here at Upton Park.
Despite being a man down, Charlton got the equaliser 8 minutes into the second half, when yet another Carl Leaburn header found the back of the net. Bags the first goal of the afternoon, collecting the through ball from Colin Walsh and chipping the shot past Derby keeper Peter Shilton.
Right, Bodley as ever gets there to close him down. Lee goes round the outside. Leaburn with the header! Leaburn scores for Charlton! Carl Leaburn's 8th goal of the season, and that's a super goal. Trying to work it for his left foot and does, gets the ball across. Leaburn, yes! Carl Leaburn! What a super header from Leaburn! Out of nothing, Charlton have got 3 players over the ball. Robert Lee, Nelson could curl it with his left foot. Nelson takes the ball in early. Leaburn! And possibly Leaburn again! Yes, it's there! Carl Leaburn! And that seals the points for Charlton. And that's the goal that gives Charlton. Because there are just 15 minutes to go. Leaburn! And it's there, and Charlton have pulled one back. And it's Carl Leaburn's 11th goal of the season.
25 minutes into the game, a deep cross from Darren Pitcher found Charlton number 9 Carl Leaburn. Leaburn's stunning header gave keeper Nicky Hammond no chance, and the Addicks sailed into the lead.
Deflects off Chris Price's head into the path of Carl Leaburn. Danger here for Rovers. It's 2-0.
Later, the Addicks levelled the score when a deep cross from Darren Pitcher found Carl Leaburn. Leaburn headed the ball cleanly into the back of the net to earn his 14th goal of the season.
Back to Walsh, and that's a better ball in. Leaburn with a flick. 2-0. Carl Leaburn scores 2-0 after only 11 minutes. What a marvellous start for Charlton, and what a super goal by Carl Leaburn. The ball came in low from Colin Walsh, and Leaburn with what amounted to a back heel, flicking it past Wilmot. After seeing Charlton lose 3-0, maybe Darren Pitcher can do something about that. Pardew sweeps it in, surely a chance, and there it is at the far post. Carl Leaburn pulls one back, and Carl Leaburn marks his return to the first team with a goal.
First failing to get on the end of Alex Dyer's cross, then capitalising on Martin Scott's fluff clearance to knock the ball into the back of the net.
Nelson, out to Walsh. Charlton building intelligently again. Walsh with the ball in. Up goes Leaburn. There it is! Carl Leaburn! Nixon flat-footed. And Carl Leaburn scores his first goal in the first team for about 3 months. It was a lovely move involving Gatting and Nelson and Walsh got the ball into the far post, and Leaburn rose and absolutely thumped the header past Nixon, who was left absolutely flat-footed.
The spark the game needed, and with less than 10 minutes left on the clock, Carl Leaburn wrapped up the points, dummying the keeper to drive the ball into the corner of the net.
Balmer looking for Leeburn. Selicek loses out, and that's another equaliser for Charlton Athletic. This time it's Carl Leaburn. They made it look so simple as well. Leeburn got a knock, just as Nelson did when he scored the first equaliser. Selicek came for it, didn't get it. Leeburn did.
Lead early in the second half. Newton's cross this time. Carl Leaburn missed once, but not twice.
After Carl Leaburn capitalised on Casey Keller's misfortune.
On the overlap now, can Darren Pitcher get the cross in? He's got to the ball, he's got the cross in the far post. There's Leaburn! Yes! 4-1. Classic Charlton goal. Marvellous football once again. Grant to Gorman to Pitcher, a deep cross to the far post, and Nigel Martin may be an England goalkeeper, but he had absolutely no chance at all with a powerful...
To beat Palace 4-1 in the Anglo-Italian Cup 2 weeks earlier, but just past the hour there was some hope as Carl Leaburn's long legs took him past Eric Young, and a nice cool finish pulled it back to 2-1. But the night ended on a double high for Palace.
And this is Linger, and Linger finds Leaburn, and Leaburn's in, and Leaburn scores! Charlton Athletic's first ever competitive goal in European competition, and the goal scorer is Carl Leaburn.
The game finished, Ancona 1, Charlton Athletic 1.
Lead before Charlton dragged themselves back into it. Peter Garland's shot came back off Steve Cherry. Notts County's best hope ended up being the referee, but with Carl Leaburn bearing down on him, he eventually got out of the way.
In the game, as Carl Leaburn's header whistled past Southend keeper Paul Sampson.
London at the Valley, Charlton ended a run of 4 successive defeats with a 2-0 win over Stoke. Carl Leaburn sent them on their way, finishing off a flowing move.
Carl Leaburn sealed it, scoring a second in the dying minutes. Good job too, West Brom scored just before the final whistle.
Hendel was the man stopping that. Now the linesman's there, he's not having any of it. He's going to say playing on, Robson wins. Leaburn, yes! And it's Robson's determination down the right. Dummy from Kingler, Leaburn puts it away. 3 minutes into the second half, Charlton make it 2-0.
Carl Leaburn opened the floodgates after 25 minutes, outpacing Matt Elliott to fire the ball past Phil Whitehead. "15 minutes after the break, Leaburn notched up his second, converting Nelson's cross to score his 12th goal of the season.
Well, can Charlton get back into it here? Robson, good run. Flipped on and the header by Leaburn, it's in! They have come back. Seely beaten. And Carl Leaburn gives the Charlton hordes at the other end something to cheer about. It's Mark Robson, with the run, and Leaburn's header is perfect.
If you're going to Pardew, looking for a good cross here. It's a deep one. It's a great goal by Leaburn. A little twist of triumph there after a glorious leap. But what a great cross by Pardew as well. A deeper one, looking up, sizing it up, played the deeper one in a terrific leap there by Carl Leaburn, and Charlton are 2-0 up. No mistake about that one.
On the near side for Charlton. And there's Leaburn, 3-0. And dreadful defending there by Peterborough. Carl Leaburn profits. Colin Walsh lays on his third goal of the game.
With Notts County on the 30th of April.
Carl Leaburn was left all alone to prod in Colin Walsh's free kick.
Leaburn sealed the game for the Addicts, notching up his second to secure a win that went a long way to easing Charlton's relegation fears. The final score, Charlton Athletic 3, Southend United 1.
Way to assuring Charlton's safety, David White's super turn and cross made it. No goalkeeper would have stopped Carl Leaburn's thumping header. Portsmouth's third defeat in a row puts them back in big trouble.
Team match barren spell to score the winner 20 minutes from the end to lift Charlton up to 5th place. This is David Smith for London Tonight.
Soft. But just past the hour, Leaburn went in where it hurts to win Charlton a point. 1-1. And on the receiving end of a rout. Big Carl Leaburn was the demolition man, sticking out his long legs for his first. Within a minute, Leaburn had worked himself some space on the edge of the area. It wasn't the greatest shot, but it was too good for the stand-in goalkeeper. And was sent off. All that remained was for Leaburn to round off an incredible second half with the penalty for his first league hat-trick. But it was out of that gloomy darkness that Robinson emerged, tricking his way past Cunningham to conjure up a chance for Carl Leaburn. 10 minutes for Charlton to hold on.
Oh, and a chance here, and it's 1-1.
Humphrey knocked in once again, and Leaburn's right in there. They've got another one.
The right place, and Leaburn doubled Charlton's money. Even the manager broke into something approaching a smile. It was 60.
Leaburn's desperately trying to find space in there against Eric Young. There's a real skirmish. There's Leaburn, and it's got in! Carl Leaburn for Charlton Athletic. His menace has been there for all to see. And from the corner kick, Carl Leaburn rose above the Wolves defenders. His was the header, which was maybe deflected in right on the line. Carl Leaburn takes the credit with his 10th of...
Just found Newton. Newton's rode past the defender. Cross comes in. Still there. It's White. Leaburn! Leaburn has made it. The pressure has told. 26 minutes into the second half, and the pressure has finally got there. The ball was played in first of all to Leaburn, but it didn't quite make him. It fell from Jones to Newton. The cross came in. White was there first, it didn't get to him, and Leaburn's diving header went through the legs, I think, of Nigel Spink, and one can only say
the path of Carl Leaburn. And the out-of-contract striker maintained his composure to score his second goal of the season.
Carl Leaburn put them on their way against the Burnley side, riding high in the second division. And early on,
the Addicts' second came only 100 seconds later. Another back heel this time from O'Connell. John Robinson's cross enabling Carl Leaburn to beat Whitehead. United now 6 games without a goal. Charlton 2, Oxford.
Actually, the ball did go in. Carl Leaburn scored after 58 minutes. John Robinson had the trickery to provide a chance well taken by Carl Leaburn. His first goal in 10 games made it 2-1.
And Carl Leaburn scored the 8th of the afternoon.
But they could only hang on to the lead for 45 seconds. Carl Leaburn, making his 350th appearance for Charlton, marked the occasion with a goal. Stuart.
But it was left to Carl Leaburn to give Charlton the lead just 2 minutes before the break.
And then they actually get themselves in front. Leeburn, who's actually been out of favour for most of the season, pops up with his first goal and to put Charlton in front. And I think realistically, if they're going to be...
Ipswich beat Charlton twice in the Coca-Cola Cup earlier this season. Revenge was completed by Leaburn, who's been out of contract for 15 months, but has now scored 2 in 2. Charlton 3, Ipswich 0.
Martin Gregory and Terry Venables both absent. The home fans turned on manager Terry Fenwick, who admitted his side defended poorly. Charlton striker Carl Leaburn wasn't complaining. He collected his first goal in 8 games. Portsmouth 0, Charlton 2.
For Dave Besant. Plunging at Sean Newton's cross, he was powerless when Carl Leaburn pounced. The game, like the ball, had slipped from Forest's grasp.